Hey guys, this is Comic Station issue number 77 for January 18, 2014, and it's just me today. For those of you still around, I am going to go over a number of comics this week, and hopefully next week we'll be able to work out a way for Lido to be able to join us again. But this week we're going to kick off with Red Sonja Sanctuary. This is a one-shot from Dynamite Comics. I wanted to follow this because I love the run by Gail Simone, and of course I'll pick up anything with the Red Sonja, mainly because of that title. And being a one-shot, I really wanted to see a compact story. This, however, is written by Marc Mason, so it's not the Gail Simone or even the regular art team, and that's immediately apparent in the artwork. Not exactly my cup of tea. I did like the regular run, main run's artwork a lot better. This is a little bit rougher, I want to say, but I did enjoy it. It didn't detract from any of my enjoyment of the Red Sonja Sanctuary. However, overall, the storyline, it's a nice side of Red Sonja. You see a different side. It's a more peaceful what-if kind of look into it. However, in the end, it really is a one-shot by all definitions. If you're reading the Red Sonja by Gail Simone and you really want to read more, if you're a Red Sonja fan, go ahead, pick it up. But if you could leave it, there's no harm in it. There's no real catching reason. Now, one-shots can be really good, like the Red Sonja and the Lone Wolf Cub, I think, was the other one-shot, and I really enjoyed that. I highly recommend checking that title out. On a previous Comic Station, we looked at that. That caught my eye, and that was a definite have to read. This one is more of a, you won't hurt yourself by passing it up. Next one we have is I Have Newt from Dark Horse Comics. This is a 1 of 4, and I'm going to say, just to save everyone a little bit of time, get it in the volume. The artwork and storytelling really does take on a dreamlike quality, and it really fits well with a storytelling kind of mode of conversation. And I think that this, as a volume, would actually be really a really nice way to sit down and maybe have a storytelling with a young reader. Read to them or enjoy it as a storybook. The artwork and the way the story is told really does convey that. It's essentially, Newt is the apprentice to a wizard. He has to go through a trial. He's being, in this issue anyways, he's being set up of what he's going to have to do in the trial, and setting up, essentially getting him to understand, trying to get him to understand through all his daydreaming, that there is danger, so forth. You see other wizards. There's a little bit of conflict going to be showing up with the wizards, his master wizards, his rival, their apprentices. So definitely look forward to a little bit more adventure next time. But this one was a really nice introduction to a mystical world, and like I said, this would be really good for a young reader or something that an adult could read to their child as a storytelling. And I thought that would fit well. As an adult, however, kind of didn't catch my attention too much. The artwork was a little on the rough end. It fits the dreamlike qualities of some of the scenes, but it doesn't fit everything. And I found that a little distracting. Not detracting, distracting. Finally, the big title this week, I really wanted to go over this one. Despite the fact that you can find the full review up on frontdoorsgamer.com by Lido, I wanted to go over this one because I was looking forward to this so much, and because give you a little opposite side of the coin here. This is The Wicked and the Divine. This is by Image Comics, and essentially the whole idea, though I'm going to say this admittedly, reading some of the news about it, I did have a better understanding of where they were going. A reader hitting this just off the shelf may not get everything. I do agree with Lido, they don't do a great job of setting up what the concept is right off the bat to a completely new reader. as issue number 1, that is a problem. But essentially the idea, and they eventually get to it, and you can read into it, that they're getting to it that gods every 90 years or so are reincarnated into young teenagers, borderline 1820s, that kind of age group. Every 90 years they're reincarnated, and then they're like the Japanese cherry blossoms or fireworks. They're a brief fleeting moment of absolute brilliant beauty. God's inspiring what they inspired. Music, God of music inspires music, so forth. But it's only for a short period of time. They only have about 2 years to do what they have until the reincarnation ends, essentially. So it does bring up some philosophical questions of some of these young adults being chosen at such a young age and accepting the 2 years. So it's a little hard concept to get. However, the best praise I can give it reminded me of East of West, and I really did enjoy that book. And the first issue, looking back on it, didn't really tell that much about it either. It hinted at death and so forth, which they have built out. So if this takes the route of East of West, it's going to be great. But it could, in Lido's review, he says that it could be bad. So we'll see how it goes. But I liked it. I thought the artwork was fantastic. The storytelling was well done. It's an interesting concept. I look forward to seeing it. Alright, and hopefully next week we will have everybody back together again in one location or another. But this is Comic Station issue number 77. We'll keep this short today. Go read reviews. Lido has a ton of them up on the website right now, frontdoorsgamer.com. And I am Paul Nisi, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.